Once upon a time, there lived a boy named James. James was a curious lad with a heart full of dreams and a mind thirsty for knowledge. He lived in a quaint little house with his parents and his younger sister, Lily. James loved nothing more than exploring the world around him, and he had a particular fondness for language. From a young age, James had been fascinated by the sounds and rhythms of words. He would spend hours poring over books, listening to songs, and practicing his pronunciation. Despite the challenges he faced in learning English, James was determined to master the language. As James grew older, his passion for English only intensified. He would spend his days studying grammar, expanding his vocabulary, and practicing his speaking skills. But it wasn't always easy. There were times when James felt frustrated and overwhelmed by the complexities of the language. Yet, he refused to give up. One day, as James was walking through the town square, he came across a group of travelers from distant lands. Intrigued, he approached them and struck up a conversation. Despite the language barrier, James found a way to communicate with them through gestures, expressions, and the few words of English they knew. As they spoke, James realized something profound. Language was more than just words on a page or sounds in the air. It was a bridge that connected people from different cultures and backgrounds. It was a tool for understanding, empathy, and unity. Inspired by this realization, James made a vow to himself. He would use his love for English to bring people together, to break down barriers, and to build a more inclusive world. With renewed determination, James threw himself into his studies like never before. He sought out every opportunity to practice his English, whether it was through conversations with tourists, joining language exchange programs, or volunteering as a tutor for newcomers to the town. As word spread of James' passion for English and his dedication to helping others, he became something of a local hero. People from all walks of life sought out his guidance and support, and he was always happy to oblige. But James' greatest achievement came when he decided to organize a community event called Language Day. The event would celebrate the diversity of languages spoken in their town and promote understanding and cooperation among its residents. James worked tirelessly to plan the event, recruiting volunteers, securing sponsors, and spreading the word far and wide. And when the big day finally arrived, the town square was alive with the sounds of laughter, music, and conversation. People of all ages and backgrounds came together to share their languages, their cultures, and their stories. There were language workshops, cultural performances, and food stalls offering delicacies from around the world. And at the center of it all was James, beaming with pride as he watched his vision come to life. As the sun set on Language Day, James couldn't help but feel a sense of fulfillment wash over him. In a world often divided by differences, he had managed to bring people together through the power of language. And as he looked out at the smiling faces around him, he knew that his journey was far from over. For James understood that true unity wasn't just about speaking the same language or sharing the same culture. It was about embracing diversity, celebrating differences, and finding common ground in the midst of it all. And armed with his love for English and his unwavering belief in the power of communication, James was ready to continue his quest for unity, one word at a time.